Hello, yogis and yoginis. Once again, here on Facebook and Instagram, I have lovely ladies in the room today, as usual, and snowy outside once again. I think I am talking to the gods of the snow, and every Wednesday, we have this beautiful winterland. Please enjoy it and go outside, it's beautiful, after the class. So here we are in Mystic Fitness. We always wear our masks in the studio. Very important. We take temperatures and it's all to keep safe. So if you ever wish to come, know that this is the place to be. Having said that, we're going to go and sit comfortably on our mats and start our practice. So come to a really nice, relaxed sitting position on your mat. I like easy sitting position, which the kids call crisscross applesauce. I think it's better than easy pose. And I like to move around a little bit just to feel the body. And at some point, close your eyes. Let your hands do whatever they need to be or do. Roll those shoulders down. Tuck your chin just a little bit. And soften your belly. Bringing your awareness to the breath is a direct line to be present. Start engaging that intention of observing the breath and deepen it. So take a big breath in and let it go. Maybe sighing it out. One more time, big breath in and let it go. Maintain that awareness to the breath. And listen. Those little sounds around you and those little sounds inside of you. Create that bubble of a practice. And as all bubbles, it only exists if the pressure inside is the same as the pressure outside. Keep on breathing, finding that balance of pressures. And set an intention for your practice. On your next inhale, open your eyes and smile, a big smile. And then lift your hand slowly, slowly up. Not your shoulders, just your hands. And start swaying from side to side. I like to imagine I'm some branches in the wind, but you can do whatever. Maybe going deeper with your breath. But please remember to roll your shoulders down. keep that space between the shoulders and the ears. Next time you're on the right side, bring the right hand down to the floor and take it a little bit deeper to the right. One breath here, engage the core, and come back up. Take it to the other side, left hand to the ground, open to the side. I love to open my chest as well by pushing the elbow back and bring it back. One more time to each side, maybe looking at the ceiling, connecting to that breath. And come to center. Switch the legs. So I say it always, yoga is not about symmetry, but we are about balancing the sides. So we want to work both side, sides the same. Take it to a side bend and to the other side. Once more, one time to the right side. One time to the right side. And to the left. It's good that I'm laughing at myself, you guys. And bring it up. Take it to a twist to the right. So my left hand is over the thigh, my right behind me. Inhaling, elongating the spine, exhaling, twisting. At this point, I don't look to the back of the room. But if you know that your neck is limber, you can do so. Bring it back to center and take it to the left. Side twist. I like also to suck the belly in. It helps me to twist. But that's just me. Come back to center. Switch the legs again. Take it to the right. This time, maybe indeed looking a little bit more to the back. Engaging everything you've got. Try to relax the legs though. And take it to the other side. And one of the cues that I always find helpful, roll those shoulders down. Almost in any pose. One more breath and take it to the center. Walk the hands forward, just, I want to say, a foot or so. Push yourself forward on your knees. Open the legs and voila, you're in table. An elegant way to get there. In table, knees are under your hips, wrists are under your shoulders. So more or less 90 degrees everywhere. Tuck your toes under and push back. Push those hips back as far as you can. And then maybe sway from side to side on your toes. So this is geared to open the toes. At the same time, open your fingers at the palms of your hand. Stretch them all the way open. Then inhale, exhale, walk, come back up, walk the hands a little bit forward, releasing the hips forward. Your toes are still tucked. And then push up just a tiny bit, everything up on your toes. Release again, push up. So here the engagement is the core. Try to bring the hips up with the core. Release again. Push the belly up. Yeah. Release the knees to the ground. Bring the hands again under your shoulders. Open your knees a little bit and start circling the hips. It doesn't matter to watch what direction because we're going to do the other one. And here it's a beautiful, beautiful expression of your own body. So maybe you're folding the elbows, coming all the way down while circling the hips. Or maybe you're just going from side to side, kind of wagging the tail. Whatever it is, find your body um, happy, happy spot. And take it to the other side. I like going all the way in and out, almost child pose, almost upward dog, but that's me. Giving you options to explore. And at some point, bring those knees in, bring the wrists under your shoulders, and move forward over your wrists. Remember this position. This comes before the chaturanga push-up. So you're pushing yourself a little bit over the wrists and then bend the elbows. This time, don't bend the elbows. Just hold it there and come back to table. Switch the direction of the fingers to point to your knees. And then push back. Push the hips back. Maybe all the way down, or maybe just pumping those wrists. This is a very uncomfortable position to a lot of people. Please listen to your body. At some point, start walking the hands as if they are feet. So I'm bending my elbow and rolling onto my fingers, all to the direction of my knees. And breathe. Tuck your toes under, come all the way up, sitting on your heels, and release with a shake. Shake, shake, shake. Release. Never ever skip warming your wrists, ever. You can do the eighth, I call it the eighth, the infinity, infinity wrist warm up. Or another beautiful warm up for the wrist is magnetic wrists. Think about a magnetic bracelet and you're rolling that magnet around to one direction and then to the other. Whatever it is, I'm giving you all the options. You may choose which warm up is best for you. And yes, I'm passing the time while we're opening our feet, stretching the feet. All righty, so come back to table, tap, tap, tap the feet. Let them have a little bit of comfort. And on your next inhale, bring the right hand up to the sky and exhale, thread it under the left. Inhale up, exhale, thread it. Inhale up, and this time we're going to stay. If you like to go deeper, bring the left hand over to your back, maybe half bonding so the hand can go and touch the right thigh. One more breath. And bring it all back. Inhale, right hand up to table. Left hand goes up with your inhale. Exhale, thread it. Take every bit of air out. And only then, again up. Exhale, thread it. Inhale up. And now we're staying. Again, if you wish to go deeper in the twist, in the upper back twist, bring the right hand behind you, maybe touching your left thigh. I think people at home can see that, right? Yay! And bring it back. Inhale, left hand goes up, meeting me in table again. On your next inhale, lift the left leg to the side, bent, and then straighten it. One breath here. Lower it to the ground and come all the way up. If you have tender knees, roll your mat or put a towel under. Release tension in your shoulders. We're going to bend first to the right. So the intention of this is to create one line between the hand, the left hand and the left leg engaging the core. So this is hard. If it's too hard, lower the hand. Okay? If it's not, hold it there. One more breath and come on back up, taking it to a bend over to the leg, just to complement that hard work. Excellent. Bring it back to center and back down to table. We're going back in the same way. Lift the leg for a breath. Bend it for a breath and take it back. Excellent. Other side. Right leg goes up. One breath here. Try not to distribute the weight differently. Keep on pushing with your hands. Straight the leg and lower it down. Bring yourself up. Lower the shoulders. Engage the core because you know where we're going. Bending to the left. Again, modifications, hands down on the hip or on the floor. Try to keep that chest open. Engage the breath. Engage the core. And come on back up. Bending to the other side. Right hand can come to the leg. Excellent. And come on back up. Straight down. Coming out of it the same way. Lifting the leg for a breath. Bending the leg for a breath. And bring it down. Push back to child pose. One full breath here. And let it go. Come on back up to table. This is a beautiful place to just have a few cats and cows to release the spine, which all the muscles of the core are around it. And we just worked it. And at some point, come to stillness. Tuck your toes under and push those hips up to downward dog with your knees bent. Now, people at home and people in the class, this is not downward dog. This creates a lot of pressure on your wrists. You have to push the mat away, push those hips back and up, and then the head comes to a natural position in between your hands. That's where you want to be. Then roll your shoulders back, creating space between your ears and your shoulders. Keep on engaging the fingers into the mat. And then walk the dog, stretching those hamstrings. So my kids laugh at me because I say hamstrings. Hamstrings. Whatever. You know what I mean. Keep on walking those legs for a little bit until you need and you feel in your body that you can come to downward dog and stay still. Breathe in and out. Now your downward dog can be with your knees bent. The intention of the pose is to open the back. So, one breath here. Engage the core. Bend the knees plenty and look forward. Walk or hop to meet your hands. Forward fold, feet hip distance apart. Let your head hang, say yes, no. And your hands too. So I talk a lot about inversions. You don't have to go to a handstand or a headstand in order to get the benefits of inversion. Just release your upper body. With every breath, let gravity pull you down some more by lifting the hips up. One more breath here. On your next inhale, bring the right hand to the left shin diagonally and open the left hand to the sky, then straighten the left leg. Right leg stays bent. Look up or down for grounding. And release the left hand. Take it to the other side. Left hand on the right shin. Lift the right hand and straighten the right leg. Bring it all down. Forward fold. On your next inhale, come to a halfway lift, a strong one. So your hands can be on your shins or just hanging there. Think about putting a glass of water on your back and it's not moving anywhere. It's completely leveled. Now bring the crown of your head to point forward even more. Then engage your hands and bring them in front of you to frame your head. Micro bend in your knees and push those hips back. Engage the core. Push back onto your heels. Lift those toes as if someone is pulling you from your hands, but engage the core. Inhale, release down. Bring the hands to the mat and walk the legs to plank. So in plank, my wrists are under my shoulders as well. Engage the glutes and tuck that pelvis in. Then push the mat away, rounding the upper back. Look to the top of your mat and breathe. If plank is too hard, you always can lower your knees. Inhale, exhale. We're building strength here. Stay with me. Push the mat away. Coming down to the mat on the count of 6. So tuck elbows in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Untuck your toes and breathe. Wonderful. The hands are next to your body. Tuck those elbows in again. Engage the shoelace side of your feet into the mat. You can open the feet a little bit. And then engage your legs and your glutes and everything possible, actually. Inhale. On your exhale, lift the chest up, roll the shoulders back, and then look down to your mat. Keep engaging the legs. One more breath. And release. Push yourself to table. Push yourself to child's. Roll your head on the mat from side to side. Lower your heart rate. And come back to the intention of the yoga. Come back to the breath. Push back to table. Tuck your toes under and push back to downward dog. Walk the dog a little bit. Variations here is rotating the heels to one direction and then to the other, or maybe bending the knees and bringing the bum to the floor in a twist. All the options here are open for you, or just staying still. Whatever your body asks for. Remember, it's your yoga, right? Whew. So come to stillness in downward dog. Come back to that bubble, to that yoga. And on your next inhale, bring the right leg up. Try not to sway weight around. Open the hip by bending the right leg and pushing it back without changing the weight in your hands.
And then circle the hip a few times to each direction, just to warm it up a little bit more. And then come back to three-legged dog, squaring the hips. Inhale, lift the back heel up, bend the leg to your chest, push with your toes forward over your wrists as we did in the warm-up. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. Breathe in and out. Bring the left hand close to your foot. Maybe a block under, maybe tenting the fingers. Open the right hand to a twist. If you need more, you can bring the left hand over the thigh and open the hands. It's up to you. One more breath. Frame the front leg again and push yourself forward to chair. So bring the left leg to meet the right and come to chair. Doesn't have to be a low chair, just a chair. One breath. Forward fold. Bring the hands to the mat. Lift the left leg, shifting weight to the right leg. Push it back to runners. Come up to a hover. Breathe in and out. Back leg super strong. In and out. Bring hands over your head for extra challenge and create one line. Engage the core. Yep, we're staying here, building endurance. Make sure your knees stacked over your ankle. Lower the hands on your exhale. Push the right leg back to plank. So your choice here to go full chaturanga dandasana or do a few push-ups. I'm going to do 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chaturanga dandasana. Untuck your toes. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, and walk the dog. Whew. What do you say, people? A little bit of water? Yeah? Unconclusive here. So you guys drink at home. No, just kidding. You can have a drink of water. It's always good to let the wrist take some time off. And come back right to it. Downward dog. Come back to the yoga, to your intention. And on your next inhale, left leg goes up. Then open the hip by bending the knee and pushing the leg back a little bit. And then circle it a few times to each direction, or not, it's up to you. And then come back to three-legged dog. Lift the back heel. Bend the leg into your chest. Push forward over your wrists. Flex the foot and step it in between your hands. Bring the right hand closer to your foot. Twist to the left. So as usual, roll the shoulders back. If you need more of a challenge, bring the right hand over the left thigh. And breathe. 2 more breaths here. And bring it down. To frame the front leg, push forward to chair. So right leg meets the left and come on up. Now in chair, it's so important to push the hips back and not the knees forward. So you want to see your toes, wiggle them. Push the weight to your heels. Hands can do whatever. And release back to a forward fold. Shift the weight to the right leg. Lift the left and push back. You know what? Bring the leg back. I switch side. Wait. Shift the weight to the left leg. Then push the right leg back. Sorry about that. And then come up to a hover. If you need that extra, bring your hands over your head. Your weight is all you need to create endurance. So the back leg is super active. Make sure your knees not swaying and breathe, engaging the core. Whew. One more breath here. And frame the front leg, push it to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. So untuck your toes, stay in plank. Inhale, lower your hips, look forward. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, exhale, come to downward dog. Walk the dog. Come to stillness. Checklist. Shoulders back. Head free. Hips up. Completely in your zone. On your next inhale, right leg goes up. Bend it, lift the back heel, and slow-mo into runners. Inhale, rotate the back heel up to warrior two. Beautiful. So knee, as usual, over the ankle. Back leg or back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Hands open. Roll shoulders down. Tuck the tailbone in. Engage the core. Flip the front hand. Reverse the warrior. Left hand can do whatever. Maybe coming around. Around from your back. One more breath. Bring the left hand to hold the right wrist. Straighten the right leg. And maybe go deeper. Sky archer. Bring it back slowly to warrior two. Push yourself forward as far as you can with the right hand. Then straighten the right leg, come to triangle. So left hand onto the sky. Right hand can be on the inside of your leg. Some people like it behind or in between the two front toes. Roll those shoulders back, engage the core, push hips forward. Engage your breath. Bend the front leg, engage core and come up. Right leg pushes over, get it parallel to the left foot, wide-legged, forward fold. So again, always engage the core when we move in transition. That will help your lower back and your shoulders, okay? So inhale, engage core, and come down. Now here, do what you need. Maybe your hands are in the middle, supporting you. Maybe you're holding your heels, micro bending the knees always. release your head. Maybe you're touching the mat with your forehead. Maybe not. Wherever you are, on your inhale, push those hips up. On your exhale, pull yourself down some more. Maybe holding the ground firmer or pulling with your hands on your heels. And release all tension. Bring the hands to the middle between your legs. Come to halfway lift, neutral back. Bring those heels in a little bit, just a little bit, so your knees are at the same direction as your toes. Bend to one side and to the other. So these are side lunges with the heels inside. Protect your knees. If you want more of a challenge, bring the hands up. You are not going deep. You are just creating endurance in your heels, your knees, and your hips. So this is so important for all your joints, right? This is not like Tai Chi where you go all the way down. So that's beautiful. You can bring your hands to your thighs just to feel it first. That's beautiful. And at some point, toe heel the legs a little bit inward to set up for goddess. Roll those shoulders down. Stay here. Tuck the tailbone in. You can do this. It's burning, but it's burning good. A few weeks ago, I think, I showed you cloud hands. So the motion we did before, this, and cloud hands come together. So I'm going with right hand to the bent left leg, then up in front of me as if it's a mirror, and then away to the other side. And then the left hand comes in. I call it the vain goddess because I'm looking at myself in the mirror, right? My gaze is with my hand and my legs are working. Breathe. A few more of these. Don't forget to roll the shoulders down. And whenever you're ready, come back to goddess. Push up. And back to warrior two with the front right leg. Now again, I love to make transitions a dance. So cartwheel the back hand and the back leg in a way you're using momentum and form. So you can do that, right? Or you can do that. Yes, beautiful. Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the ground, maybe jumping to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, untuck your toes, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. I forgot the push-up, sorry. Walk the dog and come back to the yoga. Breathe, roll your shoulders back. Enjoy that bubble. It's only yours. On your next inhale, left leg goes up. Slow-mo to runners. So lift the heel, bend the leg, and step it in between your hands in a really nice motion. And then set it up proper with your feet and open to warrior two. I'm going to switch sides here. take a moment to have a breath here. Roll the shoulders down, look forward, then flip the front hand and reverse the warrior. So right hand this time can do whatever. I like putting it around my back. 2 more breaths here. Every exhale, I'm opening the side a little bit more, pushing the elbow back. And exhale, come back to warrior two. You know what? Once again, I don't know, it's the snow, it's not me. Come back to warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Bring the right hand to your wrists and then go deeper. Sky archer. And now come back to warrior two. Straightening the front leg, pushing forward as far as you can, and coming to triangle. Again, some people like the hand behind the leg, in the leg, or in between your front toe, your big toes. Push those hips forward. Engage the core. If you need grounding, look down. If you want a challenge, look up. Bend the front leg. Come back to warrior two. Whew. Bring the left leg to be parallel and also the foot to the right. Come all the way down, engaging the core. So, inversions, once again, one of the most important things we can do for ourselves. And I urge you to remember yourself as a kid. You would sit on the sofa with your head upside down, or just hang from your legs on a tree, right? We would do that all the time. It's a natural movement for us. It brings so much healing to your spine and brain, and obviously the heart. On your next inhale, bring the hands to the center and then to a forward fold with a wide-legged stand. And now walk both feet a little bit out. Now you are the one who decides how much, okay? So wherever it's comfortable to you. Now bend one. We are not bringing the heels in this time. Only if you have bad knees. Bend one leg, and this is different than before. We're pushing back. I'm going to show the people at home what I'm doing. So I'm pushing the hips back, bringing the forearms to the floor, if it's available to you. If not, then here is good. Okay? So I am pushing the hip back, stretching the inside of my left leg. Bring it back to center, take it to the other side. Again, the push is back. My knee does not go over my toes ever, only stepping up the stairs. And one more time to the right. You want to create that stretch in the inside of your thighs. Look for it. It's a sweet, sweet, sweet stretch. And take it to the other side. This reminds me in the body of lizard without the leg being to the back, right? That's the intention. And bring it back to the center. Toe heel the legs again, just to a comfortable widespreaded leg stand. And engage the core. Come up, hands in a T. Bring the hands over your head and then open them up to warrior two with the left leg bent. Again, try to make that smooth transition to the top of the mat. So bend back and whoop, cartwheel to the front. So everything we did today actually leads to this. And inhale, Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Stay here. Bring the hands together. A little bit of a compliment stretch to the back. Release the head. Engage glutes. And bend over to the back. Bring it back. Hands to heart center. One breath. One breath that says it all. Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground. Maybe jump to plank. Stay with me here. Tuck the tailbone in. Engage glutes. Bring the left leg over to the right, under the right leg. Take a look at me if you are not sure. So it's kind of like an X under me. We're going to do 5 push-ups like this. So don't break the weight. If this is not available, you can lower your knees. Okay? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the left leg back. Take the right leg under the left. 5 push-ups. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg back. Take it all the way down to the mat. Woo! So if you want water, a little bit of reset, should I say, to the body, you can windshield your legs like Corina is doing here. You can drink water, obviously. I like to sweat. I feel like it's the best detox ever. But you do have to keep it away from the mic and the eyes. Come back to your belly. Bring the left cheek to the ground. Release the hands. And take a big breath in. And let it go. One more time. Big breath in. And let it go. Take it to the other cheek. Every time I say it, I feel like I'm giving a shout out to Jesus. And I kind of like it. Always give the other cheek. Non-violence is the solution. And bring the forehead to your mat. On your next inhale, engage the feet and the legs and the glutes. My knees are hovering. And then on your exhale, bring your chest up, bringing the hands behind you. If you want, you can interlace them and push the shoulders even more to the back. Breathe and release. Windshield the legs. So I like everything in 3s. It's a little bit of a crazy spot for me. So 2 more sets. And we're going to build onto that. Feel free to stay where we were. If you want more of a challenge, I'll cue it too. So engage the feet. I like to open them a little bit. Engage the glutes. Inhale, exhale, come up. Hands behind you. And bring the legs up. Maybe interlacing the fingers. One more breath. And release. Again, maybe windshielding the legs from side to side. And again, this is where yoga is so smart. You don't need cardio to be running or banging the joints, right? All you need is a back bend, and your heart rate goes up. Wonderful for injuries. So lower the legs, last set. Engage feet, legs, glutes, everything. Inhale, bring your chest up. Bring the hands and the legs, maybe this time coming to bow. Breathe. Bring the knees together. Maybe rock. And release. Whew. Push yourself to table. Push yourself to child's. And breathe. Lower your heart rate. Maybe sway from side to side. A few more breaths here, mainly because I need it to gain my breath in order to talk. Take the time if you need to drink water or just do another pose. Always remember, it's your yoga. One more breath here and bring it back to table. And then tuck your toes under. Bring it back to downward dog. On your next inhale, bring the right leg up, setting up for pigeon. I'm going to cue pigeon on your back as well, modified pigeon. But if you're here, bring the knee in between your leg this time. And then set it up for pigeon. So while you guys are setting up for pigeon, people at home and on Mars as well, you can come to your back, bring the right leg on top of your left thigh, and then push towards your chest. Maybe taking a block and opening the right hip or thigh a little bit more. All right? You can also bring it even closer by interlacing the fingers and pulling into the chest. And if you are here in pigeon, go all the way down. And we're going to be here. So pace yourself. Try to square the hips so everything is on the mat. Try to release as opposed to working everything hard. The back leg should be really happy just laying on the mat. Your shoulders should be very happy just rolling themselves wherever they want to go. And no work detected in the core. You are melting into the mat. Try to engage those full intentional breaths and observe how this is different from just standing and breathing. One more big breath. Make it count. And then step out of it super slow. Remember, transition is a pose. You don't want to injure yourself. So I push myself really slowly up with the help of my hands, engaging the glutes. Then roll the bum back onto the mat and bring the left leg to meet the right the soles of the feet together. Yeah? Another elegant transition, you guys. I'm not that elegant, I must say. And now you can either grab hold of your feet and come forward, or just walk the hands forward as far as you can. Please listen to your body and do only what it requires. I often give the example of your mother telling you what to do. Even if she's wrong, it's all for your good. So listen to your body. Maybe releasing yourself all the way down if you're a bendy type. I don't see Corina behind me, but I know she's there. One more breath here. This is beautiful for the hip flexors. Please do this if you sit a lot. And then come out of it. Bring two knees together on top of each other. Right hand behind you. Left hand behind you. And kind of twist to the left. Okay? Just look to the left and twist to the left. Just a little bit of a back opening, chest opening, sorry. And then bring the left hand behind you, in front of you, and the legs behind you, back to downward dog. Walk the dog and set it up for pigeon on the other side. If you're going to your back, then come to your back instead of downward dog and set it up. So left leg goes up, bend and bring the knee in between your hands, the left knee. Set it up for pigeon. I like to make the back leg be parallel to the side of the mat. Engage my glutes, square the hips, and then come all the way down to my forearms, testing the waters. If I'm all good, I come down to the mat. If you're on your back, remember you can pull everything towards your chest, or maybe open the left thigh with your hand or with a block. And please, whatever you do, breathe with the intention of letting go. Your shoulders are completely buttery. Your hip is opening only by breathing. Keep that breath deep and intentional. And think how lucky we are to practice yoga, to breathe, to be here. So one more deep breath. And then come out of it slow as can be, pushing the hands towards your thighs, engaging glutes, opening the chest, and then pushing the bum back. I'm going to switch so I'm not offensive to my guys in the camera. Just sit the same bound angel position as before. Again, walk a little bit forward, maybe staying here. It's your choice to have a straight back or round your back. It's your choice, you guys. Now, if this is not comfortable to you and you feel a pull where your hips are, I would recommend something under your thighs, a yoga block or a cushion if you don't have one. Just so this pose is also comfortable. You want to create comfort when you stretch. The last thing you want to do in your body is some tension when you're opening a hip or whatever joint it is, because then you're going to pull something. This is the way of the body to say, hey, you're not doing it right. One more breath and then come out of it the same way we came in. Take the right knee on top of the left hand behind you, and then also the right, and look to the right. So it's a mermaid kind of twist, but the intention of this pose is open the chest. So you're engaging the core, you're not pushing it forward. You're engaging the core and then opening the chest with the cervical spine in the game. And come back. Bring the right hand on next to the left and come to table. Push back to child's pose. 2 breaths here. Maybe bring the hands to hold your heels. Another variation of child's pose. Such a safe pose, right? And at some point, make your way to the back. So just anyhow you do it. I have no elegant way to transition this one. I'll think about it though. Just come to your backs. Release your back to the mat. And now bring the feet together and flex them. So you're creating activation of the legs. It's not like Shavasana where you let them flop to the sides. So you're active now. Bring the hands just a little bit over your thighs, straight ahead in front of you, not over your head, but in front of you. And then roll the shoulders up, tucking the chin in to a modification of low boat. So my legs are active. I'm pushing the toes towards my shin. I'm looking at my navel. My hands are shooting forward as if someone is pushing me up, trying to fold me. Try to eliminate that natural curve in the lower back. One more breath. And release the legs. Maybe shake them. Maybe bring the feet to the mat and then windshield the legs. Whatever it takes to reset it. 2 more sets to go. Whew. So set it up again. This time you can stay here. This is a very safe activation of the legs. But if you want more, you can lift the legs to low boat. So engage the legs, engage the core, push the lower back into the mat, eliminating that curve. Bring the hands up, bring the shoulders up, chin tucked to the chest, and then maybe bring the legs up. Maybe. Hold it here and breathe. Keep on intentionally pushing the lower back to the mat, engaging the glutes too. This is hard, I know. I'm trembling like crazy. And release. So when I am working hard, my opera singer comes out like crazy. So set it up again. Engage the feet. So feet together and flex them. Then make sure your glutes are working too. Then push the lower back. That will automatically bring the upper body up. Roll the shoulders forward. Look at your navel. Maybe bring the legs up. Keep on flexing them. It's harder than pointing. Keep on pushing. You can do it. You can do it. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring the feet to the mat. Bending the legs. Windshield the legs. Hands in a T. Just drop them from side to side. No more hard poses. Whew. Nothing left but to stretch and Shavasana. You did it. You should be proud of yourself, you guys, everywhere. And at some point, leave the legs on the right side. Maybe bringing the right elbow on top of your left knee to create a little bit more of a stretch, only if you have healthy knees. You can add another layer of movement by gazing to the left. If you want, you can do whatever. Just look at Corina here and Mary Ellen. It's your yoga, you guys. So the intention is to open the left side any way you need it. One more breath. And make your way slowly back to center, unwinding and dropping it to the left. Again, all options are open to you here. Think of why you do a pose. So this pose is to stretch the hip flexor, the obelisks, and the whole left side of your body, including a little bit of the sacrum behind you, right? All of the core muscles are engaged, the glutes, the thighs, the core in front. So just breathe into it. And make your way slowly, slowly back into the center. Feet on the mat, legs are bent. A little bit of tucking and untucking of the pelvis, not a real bridge. If you want to go to full bridge, it's up to you. I am just into mobility. So this is such an important joint, the hips and whatever is happening on the top of the pelvis, which is the iliums. We need to move it more. And this is a very natural movement that, again, we don't do enough. And I'm not going to be naughty and say where we do it, but imagine. And come back to stillness. Bring the soles of the feet together and drop the knees open. So bound angel, but on our back, supine way. Bring palms of your hands onto your thighs and the thumbs on the inside of your thighs. And ever since I've learned this from um, Erin, thank you, blacking out there. I kept on saying in my head Michelle, but I knew it's not right. It's her sister. So Erin, sorry and thank you. Now push those hands into the thighs. You control how much you're pushing into the thighs. And it's geared to decompress the lower back. So if you're like me with lower back injuries, this is marvelous. And you control how much, for how long, And I use my breath to pull myself up and at the same time push the thighs down. And when you're done, just release and let your legs come down to the mat. If you do have any other movements that are still asking to be made, do them before you come to Shavasana. But if you are pretty happy with your body and what it did today, and you should, just breathe and come to your full Shavasana relaxation. Keep on breathing intentionally into the belly. And the belly worked so hard today. Let it be soft now. Let your belly be vulnerable with your breath. And remember, you're in a safe place. Nobody's going to hurt you. So use your breath to be happy. Happy and content of what you achieved today. That bubble is always with you. If you let the inside be dramatic, you're going to break that balance. If you let the outside affect you too much, it's going to break that balance. So breathe. And make that balance a place of content. And make the place of content a balance. Three more breaths here in complete silence. And whenever you are ready, bring your mind back and bring your breath back into the body and move it a little bit, maybe wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers. I love stick pose here, as if I'm waking up from a beautiful night's sleep. So stretch with the hands over your head and release. Push yourself to one side and push yourself back up to a seated position if you want. If you're better on your back, that would be wonderful to stay there.
As usual, I will wait. And this is a beautiful moment to acknowledge all the beautiful people back home and in this studio that came today to practice with me. And I always am so grateful for you. And I didn't open the class with the sound of Om, but I shall close it with it. So first, a cleansing breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and Om. Om. Namaste. Thank you. Bye.